All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. Let me scoot over, be kind of in the middle of the screen. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Y'all might have forgot I ain't been here in a couple days. You gotta introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Emanuel Livingston. What's your name? And where are you from? Come on in. You know how we do it. Say hi to me, especially since it's been a while. Say hi to me. Tell me where you're checking me out from. We're going to do that. I got a couple quick things to talk about. Uh, and I'm going to talk about them. But of course, that's after I say hi to a few people. And got to get these through. My earbud died. I'm not sure if I'm sure he's still on. But come on in. Say hi to me. Let's get started. As almost always, first, Robert Willis. Good afternoon, Mr. Willis. Jack. Good afternoon, Jack. Good afternoon. Y'all not telling me where y'all checking me out from. Where you representing? Because you representing somewhere. And when I say you represent, I don't mean like, oh, you repping whatever. I mean, you are the representative for your part of town or for your state or for your city. You are the representative. So if you say something like Preston here, Preston says good afternoon from Avondale. Preston represents the thoughts, the feelings, the hopes, the desires, the fears of Avondale. He is their representative. So tell me, who are you representing? But good afternoon, Preston. Good afternoon. TC. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, TC. Good afternoon. Thank you for making some time. I appreciate it. Anthony says he is representing Wood. All right. If you say so, he's representing Wood. All right. Good afternoon, Anthony. Thank you for checking in. Diane is representing the thoughts, the hopes, the dreams, the fears of Gulf Manor. Diane, thank you for checking me out, taking a few minutes out of your day to spend with me. I appreciate it. Myosha represents bunkers. All right. You represent the hopes, thoughts, fears of that bunker. Myosha, good afternoon. Thank you for checking in. Diane says, King of Talk. I'm gonna get to everything today, I think. We're gonna see what happens. Pamela, good afternoon. Pamela representing North Avondale. All right. We got Sabrina Breeny representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. And I don't know if I said it individually to Pamela, but good afternoon. And good afternoon, Breeny. Andrea representing downtown. All right. Thank you for checking me out, and good afternoon. Anthony. I don't think I like that. I don't like being called little unicorn. That sounds kind of Dwight Howardish. I don't like it. Dwayne, good afternoon. Representing Mount Airy. I'm doing good. Thank you for checking. How are you? Got Brenda representing Fairfield. All right, Fairfield in the house with a good representative. McConnell say what's up. Good afternoon. What's up? Good afternoon to you as well. TC says, okay, I'm you was over in the special ed. I don't know what that means. I reject that. Brent representing Dallas, Texas. You got a lot of people to represent. You better represent them right. They tell me they got guns. They'll come and get you if you don't represent them right. Preston says most definitely 100% Avondale. All right. Jack is listening at Hofbrauhaus with a shot and a beer. See, I knew you wasn't black. I knew you was not a black person. I went to Hofbrauhaus once. I got some free gift certificates or something. I forget exactly how. I don't remember how exactly I got those gift certificates, but it was like a couple $100s in gift certificates. So I was like, all right. And it was coming up on time for them to expire. I didn't want them to expire. So I was like, I called a few friends. I was like, hey, y'all want to go to Hofbrau House? And they was like, who? And I said, Hofbrau House. And they was like, no, we don't want to go to no damn Hofbrau House. I said, I got a few $100s in gift certificates, so everything is free. They said, all right, what time we meet? And we went and met over there, and it was not, the food was not delicious. I don't drink, so, I imagine alcohol is alcohol. But nothing on the menu was delicious, like nothing. I think, what I got some pretzels or something like that. I was like, how do you mess up a pretzel? How do you mess up a pretzel? I was like, this is a nasty pretzel. How do you mess up a pretzel? And we were the only black people there. I was like, oh. So I knew you wasn't black. I knew it. You just proved it. Now the only way to kind of prove that you black is you got to put up a picture of you. Because other than that, in my mind, you that dude at Hofbrau House who was looking at us funny when we was talking about how nasty everything was. That was you, Jack. That was you. McConnell says, my bad, Springdale at work. So you representing Springdale. All right. Sierra, selling out from Boston. Yeah, they're sellout ass. Fronting like she from somewhere else and all that kind of stuff where she go places. Everywhere she goes, she got a new accent. Of course, I'm just picking with her. People be taking stuff too serious nowadays. Like, we need to relax. Like, believe it or not, we can talk about serious issues and not be so damn serious. People be mad, want to fight people, but it ain't that deep. Like, even if it's like serious, you can still kind of have a little break of levity in there. Earlier today, when Raven was hosting Lincoln Show, they were talking about code switching. And I forget exactly what Sierra said. Something like she's from Cincinnati, I guess. She moved to Boston, so something about it depending on where she at, or she forget about it and she just kind of, whatever she said. And I, kind of threw a little comment. I don't really want to say what I said, but it was in jest. And I think she took it that way. Everybody don't do that. Somebody would have been mad as hell. He calling me a sellout. She took it in the right spirit. Thank you, Sierra, for checking us out. Terry. So been working in Avondale, but repping E-Town. Hold on. Where are you calling from right now? Those are the people you represent. I don't care where you live. Where are you calling from right now? That's who you represent. So I don't know what this means, Terry. Thank you for checking it. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking in, but I'm still not sure who you actually represent today. So clarify that for me if you don't mind. Janice, greetings from Hartwell. Janice is representing Hartwell. All right. Good afternoon, Janice. Vincent, good afternoon in Landon. Chilling in Landon. Where the heck is Landon? But good afternoon, but where is Landon? Pamela want to know which wood is Anthony representing. Myosha says Sierra Brooks from Boston. I hear that too, just so you know. Every time I see it, that's exactly what I hear. And I'm not even sure. I know it's a commercial for some beer, but I guess because I don't drink, I don't know what beer it is. It don't matter because I'm not going to go out and buy it. But whoever they are, they've done a good job of putting that into people's heads because that is what I hear as well. Terry says, from downtown. So you're representing downtown. Alethea, checking in. Kenwood. So you're representing Kenwood. You can't beat it. Can't beat it. Let me see. Got Tria in the house, representing Columbia Township. All right. Daryl says, what's up? Checking it. Check a hustle in Forest Park. So Daryl is representing Forest Park. Oh, I didn't say good afternoon, Tria. Good afternoon, Tria. Good afternoon. And Daryl. Good afternoon. Janice want to know about the shootings in May. I'm going to get to it. I promise I'm going to get to it. I got to do the hellos first, and then I'm getting to it. I know it's taking me a long time. We 15 minutes into the show. Let's go. Let me see. I think I've gotten to everyone. Victoria, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Victoria. Vincent, representing Mason. Oh, you're somewhere in between Mason and Sharonville, so you ain't representing nobody. But good afternoon. Thank you for checking in. Tierra. That's my favorite friend of the week. I appreciate you checking us out. I'm going to get to all of it. Daryl says Landon is out by Kings Island. All right. Mary, good afternoon. Mount Auburn. Mary representing Mount Auburn. We got, good afternoon, Mary. We got Regina representing Madisonville. Good afternoon, Regina. We got Scott. Scott just here. He's just here. And Rick Owens just retired last week, and he is representing Colerain. All right. That's everybody that's here so far. Hold on. Nobody told me to do this, but I'm going to do it because I remember it on my own. And let's put this up here. So I got a few things that I want to talk about. And I was going to talk about them in order of importance, but I don't know how to make that order. So here's what I want to talk about. I was listening to Wyatt. And look, I've had some people say to me, why are you always up in Wyatt? I don't like Wyatt. I don't agree with Wyatt. I don't this, I don't that. You know, look, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm always up in Wyatt because I like his show. But even more than that, I'm always up in Wyatt because I like Wyatt. I actually like the guy. I've talked to him. I've met him. If you're not aware, it's very difficult for us to get on the phone and have a conversation that lasts less than an hour. I like Wyatt. I don't agree clearly with a lot of the stuff that he say, but I do agree with a whole lot of the other stuff that he say, if that make any sense. We disagree on some things. We actually agree, though, on a whole lot of stuff. But here is one reason why I like Wyatt. I believe you got to get to know the heart of a person. And when you talk to a person and look, I didn't know Wyatt, as they say, from a can of paint. I for real, I did not know this dude. And when I met the dude and we actually got an opportunity to talk, at least in my mind, all of this stuff is from my perspective. I can't speak to nobody else's perspective. So I'm not saying Wyatt felt this way. And I'm not telling you that. But from the first time that we talked, I felt a connection. You know what I'm saying? Like there was, it's hard to explain. Like, how do you talk to, and not even talk to a dude over the phone and just feel an instant connection, like a brotherly connection type thing. And that was the way that I experienced that brother. And, we talked, and then we met, and, we talked, and I just liked the dude. And again, we figured out a lot of stuff we don't agree on, but I thought it would be a whole lot more that we didn't agree on. But to my surprise, I figured out we agree on a whole lot of stuff. And that's what led me to believe, when you have a conversation with somebody and you're talking for a long time and you can get into the nuance of the thing, because doing this, it's hard to get into the nuance of a conversation. But if I sit down with you and we talk about one thing for an hour or longer, because some of those conversations be hours, plural, hours long, and you get to talking to one person about one thing for 2 straight hours, you get into and you get to ask those back and forth questions, especially when you feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Talk to, like, as we develop our relationship, I trust the brother. Like, I don't think he's trying to, when he questions, I don't think he's trying to take a shot at me. Everything he say ain't an attack on me. He might be challenging my thoughts and my ideas, but it's not an attack on me, so I don't take it that way. And I believe he feel the same way. So we have that ability to talk to each other and challenge each other. But when you're free to do that, you learn so much, because it's like, no, bro, because you said this and that means no, that's not what that means. And then, in order to help me understand it, you break it down in a way, and I'm like, okay, I agree with that. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's where you lose me. But the first 3 parts, it let me see this is where your heart is coming from. And even though we're looking at the same set of facts, through similar lenses, we can still come to different conclusions. And it's cool. So a lot of the stuff that maybe some of y'all hear, and it sound like, that's some hating on black people stuff, or it sound like, but if once you realize, like, nah, it's not coming from there. It would be easy to dismiss it as coming from there. That's coming from a place of, see, you just don't like black people. That's the problem. I've actually said that to him a few times, but he understand when I'm saying that I'm just being silly. Because if y'all know me, y'all, just like I would say that Sierra is whatever I said about it. Sierra, I don't even remember what I said about you. But all of that stuff, right? So the point that I'm making is, I keep mentioning Wyatt because I want people to listen to Wyatt, because he brings a different perspective. You don't have to agree with his perspective, but at least be open to hearing it from the perspective. Because again, I know it's hard. Be open to hear it from the perspective of, he don't hate black people. He ain't trying to dog black people out, even when it sounds like he is. That's not his goal. And so you have to, I want to say, you almost have to train yourself to block out that instinct to protect black people, because his goal is not to harm black people. So that's why, I'm always, if you want to say promoting it, well, that's one of the reasons. Another one of the reasons why I always up the brother is because I like the fact that one of the things when we first had a conversation, he was like, hey, look, he said this, something to the effect, it's not a direct quote, but something to the effect of, we can come together as 2 brothers who don't agree on a lot. This was before we realized how much we agreed on. We can come together as 2 brothers who don't agree on a lot, but can still work together to show people that 2 black people on opposite ends of the spectrum can work together. And I was like, I like that. Just the idea of showing people, because believe it or not, there are people out here who genuinely believe 2 black people can't work together. 2 black people can't disagree, like it's always going to come down to something. No, we can show people that we are 2 black men, 2 intelligent black men, 1 rich, 1 poor. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. 1 rich, 1 poor. 1 wise, 1 getting there. I'll let you determine who is who. One who's a really good thinker and the other who's a really good thinker. But we can come together and we can work together. And I was like, I like that. And then, like I said, the more we talk, the more we realize we're not that far away from each other. Just some things through our lenses, we come to different conclusions, even though we're looking at them through somewhat similar lenses. Now, I said all that. Kind of buttering him up a little bit. Because I'm about to attack him a little bit. I'm not really going to attack him. I just don't necessarily agree, again, with his perspective earlier today. And it all goes to this whole thing up in Maine. This, I'm going to call him crazy guy. People don't like the term crazy. They don't. People don't like the term crazy. I don't want to call him crazy. This mentally ill guy. The guy who went and shot up the places. And I missed the call earlier today. But I was listening to Raven, and I guess White Lion called in, and she said something, and when I caught the radio station, Twin was saying, oh, the way that you handled him, whatever. And I was like, okay, I missed what was said. But apparently, she asked the question about white on white crime. And that seems to, for whatever reason, have set Wyatt off. That seems to have set him off. Now, again, I understand the perspective that he was coming from. He was basically, and again, I'm not in his head, but I try to understand. He was coming from the perspective of, yes, Tria, the mass murderer. He was coming from the perspective of, why are we concerned about white on white crime when we got black on black crime happening in our neighborhoods every day? And y'all out here, there is a perspective out here of black on black crime, and the term black on black crime is somehow demeaning to black people. So your answer to that is to say that this is white on white crime. But how does that help the situation in your neighborhood, in your community? How does that help black on black crime to point out white on white crime? It was a little more nuanced than that, but that's the perspective that I'm coming at it from. But let me say this part. Let me say this first. I don't want to see nobody die. I mean, everybody's gonna die, but not through some violent whatever. I don't like that. I don't want to see that. That doesn't make me feel good. If it's a white person doing it, if it's a black person doing it, I don't feel a sense of satisfaction. Like, oh, white people killing white people. Oh, drinking it. No. I don't like it. I'm one who would love to see crime, murder just totally eradicated. But I like to think realistic enough to understand that's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Just period. But I understand the idea of bringing up the notion of white on white crime, especially when we see it and it's at the forefront of everybody's mind. And one of the arguments that was made was, you don't even know who got killed. But I would say, just law of averages, some white people got killed. At least a white person got killed, more than likely. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But there's a likelihood that a white person was killed. And using that, there's a really good chance that it's safe to say this was white on white crime. It was safe to say that this was white on white crime. Now, if we want to say, well, but you don't know that. Okay, we don't know that. But either way, I think it's safe right now to make an assumption that there's a good possibility that somebody white died. which would make it white on white crime. Splitting hairs a little bit. But why is it important then? Why is it important? Here's what, because I am one of those people who has an issue with the term black on black crime. I am one of those people. And I don't have an issue with it because of the fact that black people don't commit crimes against black people, because they do. I have an issue with it because it sounds and back up just a second. Another argument that was made was, but who came up with the term black on black crime? Well, I don't know who came up with the term. I have no idea who came up with the term. But let's accept for a second that black people came up with the term black on black crime. Just for a second. Let's accept that black people came up with black on black crime. We know that people have the ability to take a term and use it in a way to, what's the words I'm looking for? People can take a term and use it for evil. Right? Woke. Don't matter who came up with woke. Woke means different things to different people. Now we see on the Republican ultra MAGA side, woke is a bad word. When they call you woke, they're not calling you woke as if to say you're very much aware of the things that are going on around you. They're using it as a derogatory term. They're using it. They are attempting to redefine the term that somebody else came up with to be something derogatory. So we have, if we understand that people do that, it don't matter who came up with the term black on black crime. We have to understand, we got to be smart enough to understand that there are people who are not using that terminology just as a fact of who was the victim and who was the person who committed the crime. I, for whatever reason, my mind can't call up that term, what that is. Y'all know I had coronavirus. And my brain still ain't. But you got a victim and you got a, whatever the other word is, the person who committed the crime. Perpetrator. So you got a victim and a perpetrator. When some people say black on black crime, they're not just trying to define who the victim and who the perpetrator is for statistical purposes or, to help get to the bottom of the situation and how we can solve the problem of crime happening in a particular community. No, they're using that term to say that somehow black people are predisposed to violence more so than anybody else. That's what when they use that term. Emanuel, who is they? Who is they? You're throwing around these they and they are the people who misuse the term. That's who they are. And people with common sense understand when they hear it one way and when they hear it another way. Now, in this case, it's kind of like the N-word. You walk up, I'm going to use a old stereotype that I don't actually see. You walk up past a basketball court and you see two brothers on the basketball court dapping each other up and say, "What's up, my nigga? What's up?" You understand however you feel about the word, you understand that they're not using it in a derogatory sense. Even though you may think it's a derogatory word, you understand the meaning behind what they're trying to do. They don't mean it derogatorily. Is that a word? I feel like I just made up a word, but I might not have. But they don't mean it that way. As opposed to you walking in a march in Mississippi and you see some dude with his jaw full of tobacco with his uniform on, with his attack dog, and he talking about you niggas better get out of here. You understand, he don't mean that term the same way that those two dudes on the basketball court meant it. And nobody has to well, how do you know how he meant? Well, who are the people who mean it this way? You know, you see it. Context tells you, you understand it, and you know it. Some of this stuff I'm going through just to kind of lay this little bit of a foundation. So if you're asking me who's misusing black on black crime, you know it when you hear it. You know it when you hear it. They're not talking about black on black crime as a way to help the situation or as a way just to define who the two parties were or anything like that. They're talking about it in a way to define black people as somehow genetically, maybe, predisposed to committing acts of violence against other black people. That's just it's a thing. Whether you like it or whether you don't, it's a reality that there are people who use it that way. I don't care if a black preacher in Chicago started it as a way to stop the crime in the community. That's not how these people are using it, which is why people like me push back against it. And we push back against it to say, don't try to create a situation where we look like we're somehow genetically predisposed to violence. That's why some of us don't like it. Or at least one of us. Again, I can speak for me definitively. That's why I don't like it. Do I understand that black people commit acts of violence against black people and that it's bad and shouldn't happen? Absolutely. Absolutely, I understand that. Do I think that there's something we can do about it? Yeah, sort of. And sort of not. People gonna commit acts of violence against people. I wish we could stop it, but we probably can't. But that don't mean we shouldn't try. Now, let's go to Maine. And the thing was apparently asked, well, what are white people doing about white on white crime? White on white crime is a thing. It's not a real term that you hear people use. Because even when I use it, and sometimes this be the problem with, I'm going to say my side, with our side. This be the problem with our side. On our side, we try to be, and that's me, the people who are with me, the king of chaos. That's right. I took it and I owned it. The people who are with me, the king of chaos, we try to stop short of labeling all white people as somehow genetically predisposed to killing white people, committing crimes against white people. Believe it or not, the reason we bring it up is to point out the ridiculousness of that other side bringing it up. Huh? Yeah. I'll talk about white on white crime. Not to paint white people as genetically predisposed to violence, but to show people who talk about black on black crime how ridiculous it is that they talk about black on black crime as if we're genetically predisposed to violence. Because for some people, not everybody, for some people, when you put the mirror up to them, I posted on my page a while ago. When you watch how someone treats someone else, and then you treat them that way, a lot of times people don't like it. They get mad. But a wise person will look at that and say, really, that's how I treat people? Maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't like that. And if that's how it feels when I do it to people, then maybe I shouldn't do it to people. That's how a wise person would. Most people don't do that. I've learned. It was a tactic of mine for years and years and years. And then I learned people, for whatever reason, a lot of people don't learn that way. A lot of people will not learn that way. They just won't do it. Because they don't recognize that you're putting a mirror up in front of them. They just think you're being mean. And it's like, no, bro, I'm doing what you did. I'm doing what you did. Remember, you said black on black crime, and I said white on white crime. Now you offended that I said white on white crime, but you okay with black on black crime? Why are you offended by white on white crime? That might be why I'm offended with black on black crime. So if we don't want to use those terms, then let's get rid of them both. But if we're going to use those terms, then let's use the fuck out of them. But people do. People get upset. And here's what I found. This is the wild part. I found that sometimes it's black people who get mad when black people talk about white on white crime. And again, you got to understand the heart of the person. I'll be honest, Wyatt seemed a bit bothered by white on white crime. Wyatt seemed a little bothered by that. And his answer was, when I said white on white crime is real, his answer was, so what? So what? It's not happening in the same numbers. It's not happening in your community, so why do you care? But I care about people as a whole, number one. And then number two, I care about the message that it sends to people. That's why I care. So if we're normalizing the term black on black crime, let's normalize the term white on white crime. And it shouldn't bother anybody if we're just talking about it from a factual perspective of who's the victim and who's the perpetrator. It shouldn't bother anybody. But it does. But it does. So I decided, you know what? Let me look at something. I've been, throwing out stuff. I said, let me look at the numbers. And what I believe it was 2011. It was like, let me not go to 2011. Let me go to now. I don't, hold on, let me see. I don't know if y'all can see these numbers. I can barely see them. But this is, as you can see, and just for the record, I'm not one who believes in statistics. I believe these numbers are easily manipulated because you don't have to report your crime statistics to the FBI. But this is the latest year I could find, which was 2019. This was the latest year I could find. This was the number of murders. This was the number of murders. Now, I did, because I'm not that good at math, I did the math on those numbers. And what that came up to, black on black crime and murders in 2019, which, that was a COVID year. 89% of black people reported to, I guess, the FBI, Bureau of Statistics, whatever, the FBI number. 89%. Black person died. 89 out of 100 times, it was a black person that did it. It's 88.57. We round up. A white person died 79% of the time. It was a white person that did it. 78.629. We round up. 79% of the time. It was a white person that did it. Those are both horribly high numbers, but look, it's reasonable. I'm not breaking any new ground, but people tend to commit acts of violence against people who they are around. So if you live in a white world and you white and you deal with white people all the time and you go out and you go off and you murder somebody, almost 8 out of 10 times it's going to be somebody white. That's just the truth. That's what the numbers say. Again, I don't necessarily believe in numbers because people don't have to report. Some people really don't know that. Some people look at these numbers from the FBI and they like, those are the numbers. And you're like, no, because people don't actually have to report their numbers. But why wouldn't people report their numbers? For a myriad of reasons they would. There's no law that says the numbers you report have to be the actual numbers. But it's not a horrible thing to talk about white on white crime. Well, where do that get you? Where do that get you? How do that help your community? How do it help the white community to talk about black on black crime? But okay, I don't want to answer your question with a question. How do it help me to talk about white on white crime? How do it help my community? Well, let me say this. It doesn't stop black on black crime. That it doesn't do. But what it does is because there are people who like take that number, 89% of all black people killed by other black people, and black people internalize that. And black people say, oh, black people hate black people. All you gotta do is look at the numbers. Black people hate black people. We internalize that. And so when I say we, of course I mean some of us, we have accepted that we hate each other. And we've accepted it as fact. We've looked at it. They've told us numbers. We've looked at the numbers. We've done the math ourselves. And we decided black people hate black people. Well, now some of this is just, for me, theory, what I'd call reason and a little bit of common sense. But if you tell me from the time I'm born to the time I'm 53 that black people hate black people, guess what I think? I think black people hate black people. So then guess how I got to move around black people? Every black man I see is my potential enemy. Because you done told me he hate me. You done told me that basically 90% of them want to murder me. So when I move around and about, I have to view 9 out of 10 black men as my enemy, like my mortal enemy. Somebody who, if given a chance, will take my life. How can I work with him? How can I effectively communicate with him? How can I trust him? How can he be my friend? How can I help him come up? He hates me. He want to kill me. Because I've been taught this my whole life. Black people hate black people. Black people can't work with black people. Black people can't have a conversation with black people. Black people can't this and black people can't that. But what if I look at you and I give you the white numbers? When I give you the white numbers, you know the conclusion that's never come to? White people hate white people. How often do you hear white people say that? How often do you hear white people in America say, white people hate white people? Man, white people can't work together. White people can't hold a conversation. White people can't this. How many times do you actually hear that from white people? I don't actually hear it very much. But their numbers are very similar. Their numbers are very similar. What makes the difference? See, it's not just about the term itself. It's about everything that comes with the term. Look, I'm telling you, I have conversations on here all the time where people, I see Twin calling in. Hold on, let me. Twin? Twin?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Twin, hold on a
What's up,
second.
Emmanuel?
Twin, hold on a second. Let me finish this quick point.
Okay.
But I see black people on here, when I say on here, on this chat, on this show, talk about how black people hate black people. And almost every time I see it, I push back against it because I don't want that ingrained in us. Because if black people hate black people, then guess who is the enemy of black people? Black people. And if you tell me and show me and prove to me mathematically that black people hate black people, how can I work with black people? How am I supposed to be expected to have a nice, cordial, friendly relationship with somebody who way back in the recesses of my mind and every fiber of my being, I believe hate me? So that's why I push back against black on black crime and black people hate black people and black people can't work together and all of that kind of stuff. Because if I accept it, then I hate you. And I'm not walking around spending my life hating you because of the color of your skin, which happens to be the same as mine. See, if there's a trick that's been pulled on us, it's convincing us. Well, why can't we do business with each other? Why can't we do this? And why can't we do that? Maybe because we all have been taught and have accepted, of course, not all, because we've been taught and we've accepted that we hate each other and that we can't do this stuff and we can't do that and that we all out to harm and kill and hurt each other. That's why I push back against all that. And I'll do it every time. Twin.
What's up, E, man? You finished preaching, man?
No, but I'm going to pause and let you get yours in while I catch my breath.
That's good. That's good. You got a good point, man. Hey, E, man. Black folks don't hate black folks. It was the Jews and that man that brought this crap together and stuff, this conflict, man. We was doing fine. Just like I was telling Raven and Uncle Lincoln and stuff. Man, we was all as one, man, back in the day. We came together as one. And it was the white man, the Jew, that came through here that broke everything up with President Reagan want to put cases on the black folks when he knew it was a setup and everything to bring the dope to the black community. And one of them black folks fell for it, and then that's when they started snitching on each other and doing all that and want to put cases on people. Man, we was as one, just like right today, Emanuel, these shorties ain't got no guidance, no leadership, they ain't got no structure or nothing, man. We had programs for them and everything. But it was a white man that took it out of, because they knew it's all about conflict. Just like that one Jewish, president or something like that, a CEO, a producer, he got on the Breakfast Club and said, DJ Envy asked him, well, there's a way to stop it, don't you think? He's like, yeah, but he said, but my family got to eat. That means it tells me you don't give you know what about nobody or whatever. You want to keep this conflict east, west, west coast, east coast, north, south, going and everything. And black folks live off of it. Half of them young rappers right now, man, they line their video, ain't Buster great. I got a mansion in California, a yacht in Florida. Man, you ain't got nothing, because once you go to jail, your bond is $1 million. You can't even bond out. So how you got a yacht over here and a mansion over there? And I just hate the way society is set up. Because back in the day, man, just like I was saying, man, it was condos and codes under this. It was violation. See, I see Cincinnati, Ohio, or whatever, they 5 years behind it, or whatever. But we way ahead of y'all and everything. But my thing is this. It's all about the government and money, man, that broke up everything. They want to keep conflict between black folks and everything. If they bring that banana boat and send us over there, I'll be glad to go to Africa. I ain't never been. You know, they always say, take your black aid to Africa and all that. Okay, I will. I ain't never been, but I'll go over there to see how it is. They show them little kids getting flies and oatmeal flying around their face and all that. Send $100, send $1 to it and all that. That ain't nothing but just a setup or whatever to see how it is. But I heard Africa is a pretty good country, whatever, to go to. They just show the bad part in the homeless, the poverty and everything side of that. My thing is this, man, if we all can just come as one, it ain't, you know, everything, what really broke up the black community, man?
What?
I'll say the government and religion. You know, Emanuel, the Baptist preacher, Pentecost, they was out there hitting hard on the street. It took one knucklehead that took down the black community and stuff and sold us out or whatever. Oh, I'll just do this, I'll do this.
Who?
And got paid for it.
Who was that?
I'm just saying, it was one knucklehead out there. And one jumped, all of them go jump.
Oh.
I don't know who it was or whatever, but, you know, you got some sellouts, people and stuff, black, you know, Uncle Sam's around here would do stuff like that and everything.
Oh.
That's how it really broke up the homes and everything. Because back then, man, you know, you get a whooping by the next door neighbor and everything. Your mama wouldn't say nothing. Now you do that, it's 2, 4, 5 kids they calling you on and the police, oh, you got a case now.
Yeah, I never experienced that. But
I know, I'm just saying, man, I have and everything and stuff. You know, twin them out there doing this and all that. Pop, they punches and they tell our mama or daddy and stuff, and it was okay. Or whatever. Now you do that now, you going to jail if you do it. But it's just messed up how everything, people always say, well, gangs are stupid and all that. Gangs was all right. Y'all ain't talking about when the Black Panthers came up and any other group.
They wasn't no gang. Hold on. Stop. The Black Panthers were not a gang.
Okay, there was an organization, right?
Yes, it was an organization.
We came after Black Panthers. We formed the Gangster Disciples because we was mad. Or whatever, we formed the Gangster Disciples. Now that everything,
but
we
hold on,
changed the law, we went to grow and develop.
Wait, form the Gangsters Disciples for what purpose?
It was a revolution. We was coming up. After they started the Black Panthers, we gotta back something. Somebody gotta back this up or whatever. We tired of these white folks doing this and all that. White folks telling us we can't go here, eat here, and all that.
But look, my history of the Gangster Disciples is a little fuzzy.
Yeah, you don't know. You 5 or 10. If you ain't never been in the streets, you wouldn't know.
Can I get the question out though?
Hurry up, man.
Hurry up.
Man, catch up.
But hold on.
Okay.
So your version of the story is that the Gangster Disciples were created as a social justice organization?
We was organized at first.
Well,
it got between greed and everything.
I mean, y'all were
organized.
But was it a social justice organization or was it organized for crime?
It wasn't organized for no crime at first. Oh. Then when the Black Panthers came, when Black Panthers started, and we was going off for a minute, then we like, hold on, these white folks trying to do this, trying to come in, step in our community. That's when the gang thing when blew off and everything. I say, okay, we Gangster Disciple here. Okay, what they got over west? Oh, they got the Crips and Bloods out there, Tukey now. What about down south? Oh, them Bloods out there too. But that's when it wrapped around. Huh?
Right, but those organizations were not out there for social justice. Those organizations were out there for other more nefarious reasons.
Man, see, you don't know the street life, man. We started off when the Black Panthers started off, we started off a little bit. And when them white folks started doing crazy stuff, That's when we broke it off and everything. It was before people don't understand. Before it was Larry Hoover, it was David Boxdale. He the one started it all. David, he's a black disciple. See, you got to know the history of the gang and the street law. If you don't know the gangs and the street law and how all the street gangs really started in the 70s and 80s, then you will understand right after the Black Panther. You got to go way back. See, y'all try to play want to be catch up, but y'all behind you, man.
Look, I'm not. Hold on, it's not that I'm behind. I ain't never lived that life, and I'm quite proud of it.
It
all
ain't
right,
about living a life.
Well, it kind of is. You were in a gang, so you might have more. Well, not might. You would have more experience
books,
with that.
You read you look at TV, right? You read books and all that, right?
But I've never read about the formation of the gangster disciples. Why would I?
So you never started from Al Capone and all that, John Gotti and all them?
No.
See, you wouldn't know it. You want to establish a life and stuff.
Huh?
See, people get on here and do this and all that. You wouldn't know street life. You probably got a college, high school diploma. That's all. It's good to have all that. But you got to know, if you don't have that, you got to at least have a street life.
What? Okay.
I'm just saying.
Maybe you're right. I got to work on getting my street life up.
No, I ain't saying it like that, man. I'm just saying if you're not educated in the school and everything and be a dummy out here, you got to be at least street credibility or whatever. You can't be no dummy, just stupid out here on dummy. I'm just saying people always say, well, gang stupid and all that. Okay, I mean,
when you were in the gang, that's what y'all was doing, was protecting the community from white people.
That's after we was doing our thing or whatever.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean, doing our thing or whatever?
I'm saying when I was growing up and everything, doing our thing, I was learning from the dudes that was ahead of me, little age older than me, and they was on the street. Cause that's life in Chicago, man. That's how it all started. If you grew up in Chicago, man, you can be a neutron, a square, or whatever, a punk, a peon. You can you from the suburb. I'm from the Inglewood area, and you come to my hood. Oh, that's twin cousin stuff. He done got killed and everything because he don't even know. He got killed because he's my cousin. They feel like he affiliated with the GD and stuff. All of a sudden he got killed or whatever. And people don't understand, man.
But hold on. No, look. You're right. I don't understand. But my simple question is, when you were in the gang,
what about?
What were you doing? Or hold on. Wait. Don't answer that. When some other dude standing next to you was in the gang, what was he doing?
When he was standing next to me, he was learning the same rope.
What was he doing?
What you mean? He was doing the same thing.
What thing? What is the thing?
He was learning the ropes of gangster disciples. The 6-point sign, what it stands for. This, what we do.
All right. And then what did y'all do? And then what did y'all do?
We did everything that what was instructed to do.
Like what?
We had to do this.
Like
I can't go into details about
That's why I said don't talk about you.
Don't
talk about you. Talk about the dude that was standing next to you.
I'm not gonna do that.
What was he doing?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That's on the structure, man. I can't do that.
Oh.
That's on the structure.
Oh.
You think I'm goofy, man? Come on, now you ain't gonna
yes,
me
actually,
out.
I do think you're a little goofy, bro.
Now.
You was in
I'm
the
not gonna goof. You can't send me out, man. You can't send me out. I'm just saying, man. From growing in the gang, being a young boy, learning the ropes and stuff, because I'm around my brothers now, and they making money and everything. I'm like, hey, how they do that? When the first Beepers came out, I was 10 years old selling them. That was my hustle and everything coming up. And as time grows and I got a mature enough, 15, 16, yeah, give me that dummy pack. I'm about to sell these dubs or whatever. Dope and everything. I go around gangsters, 10 players and hustlers, man. That's why people always say, well, gang's stupid. Either you do or die, man. You either go join this or you ain't go join it or just go to school, whatever. Some people ain't made for the streets. Some people live. That's why people always say the gang's stupid. Oh, man, gone with that garbage, man. It is what it is. It's the people who encourage people not to join gangs, they the stupid people. See, people like you are just crazy. I'm just saying, if you, Emmanuel, as you, like you as a square, if you're around me back in the 90s, whatever, 2000, you early 2000s, where, no, I ain't gonna say 2000, them the titty bop. But if you're around me in the 90s or whatever, they'll know you're a GD. Oh, that's twin cuz E and stuff. Oh, what he on? I don't know, Joe, what he on? I was like, oh, he cool. I got a vouch for it. Oh, he cool. Because it might be a goofy just gonna run up in you. You got a little baseball cap on with a book bag. Hey, what's up, fam? You cool? Oh yeah, I'm with Twin. Oh, that's Twin, fam. But now, if I'm gone, you on that corner, you get one of these BDs around there, vice look. Oh, that's Twin, cuz whop, off with your head. Because I ain't out there on defense defending you. But it's bigger than this, man. But
I don't know.
My main point is this. Government messed this whole society up. I don't care what nobody say, and politicians did too. Or whatever. They messed everything up too. We was all as one, man. They broke up this familyhood. We used to have boys and girls club, after school program for the kids and everything. Everybody was happy. Wood shop back in the class.
Except for the people who was getting run up in, they wasn't happy.
You said what?
Except for the people who was getting run up in, they wasn't happy.
Man, see, man, you talking nonsense now.
You
man.
just said, okay, you're right.
You said for the people got run up in. What are you talking about?
You just said if you was out there and they didn't know you was with me, then you get run up in. It's over for you. That's what you said. But then you say, but when I was coming up, everybody was happy. Not the people who was getting run up in. They wasn't happy. It was over for them.
Because if we was in war and everything, I'll let you. You would be alert if you was in war, man. Come on. They're like, hey, don't go there. 63rd in war.
That sounds like a happy time. We at war. Happy times.
Because that's how the life in Chicago was, man. What are you talking about? You know the history of Chicago.
Now,
see, you've been to Chicago before.
But you trying to paint.
No, you've been to Chicago before.
I just answered that. I said yes, but you trying to paint.
Okay, what side you was on? Downtown or what? Or south side?
Yeah, I was downtown and south side. But you trying to paint the gang life like it was good life. It's not. It
was all right, man, but I'm just saying, after town road, we going to this new thing and everything. Things just, when they locked up our chief and all that, board members, it was over. Emmanuel, when they locked them up. When they locked Larry up and everything, it was over, man. And then after they came to get the guns and all that, 13 board members, it was over. They knew what they was doing, the government was doing. They knew what they was doing and what time it was, man. Yeah, we got their leaders, we got this and stuff. It's over. Then now he is now. Because they knew they ain't got no guidance or structure because they knew it was going to be a violation for these new news that's coming out here. These New Jackson stuff, right? These other hoods I was visiting a couple of months ago, man, they got them little silencers out there, man.
All right.
Hey, don't go on 59. Don't go on 58. I said, for what?
Twin.
Man, them shorties out there with them silencers and everything.
Twin.
I'm like, whoa.
Twin. Hey, I appreciate. I can only, ingest so much.
Man, we taking a ride. What's this? October. We taking a ride in February. Me and you.
Oh, where we going?
We going to my hood. I'm gonna show you. We go video and all that.
They not running up in me, bro. Nope.
No,
not gonna happen.
No. Oh. You gonna be on security? No, you got security around.
I don't trust it.
You ain't even gonna need no security. What you don't trust me? You trust Jesus, don't you?
I trust Jesus, but I don't trust Jesus if I put myself in a situation where I need Jesus.
Man, let me tell you, anybody can get it, man. Bullets ain't got no eye.
Which is why would I go in a place? Why would I go with you to a place that might be at war when you just told me bullets ain't got no name, but you got Jesus?
I ain't gonna take you where it's war. I'm gonna take you around where I grew up. And you go see the
just said it was war, bro. No, I'll pass.
That's on the other side.
I'll stick
that's
with
on the other side, man.
Yeah, I'll stick with downtown Chicago.
Yeah, downtown Cincinnati.
I'll stick with downtown
Chicago too. While you speaking.
Hey, I will stick with downtown Chicago.
Yeah, they getting it down there too.
I won't be down there. Hopefully, when they getting down. Hopefully, I'm not down there when they getting down. My hotel is at the airport.
Railroad, man.
Huh?
What you thinking? Was you serious about that? Because I thought you was.
No, I
You
wasn't
say you being
serious
sarcastic.
about that. No, I wasn't serious about that.
Man, be real, man. You a man, man. You heard me going. I'm like, dang,
What?
he did a whole 360.
How could you fall for that? Everybody saw
Man,
through that.
man, I go back up people word, man. You're a man, you're a man. If not, don't out here, sugarcoating and everything, man. 31
You
flavors,
didn't
man.
notice how over the top I was with it? Nobody believes the stuff I was saying. Nobody, even the most hardcore people, don't believe the stuff I was saying. It's called
Man, quit playing like
sarcasm.
this. This ain't April
Oh,
Fool's,
my
man.
goodness.
April Fool's next year. Wait for April Fool's. You want to be a
Okay.
comedy and stuff? Go to Funny Bone.
I'm sorry.
Come
I didn't
on, E
mean to,
man,
I didn't
don't
mean to
do that,
fool you.
man.
I
No,
apologize.
no, for real, I was gonna say, is you a sellout or what for the community?
Yeah, no,
No, a
no.
lot of y'all get paid to
Tell me
be
who paying
sellouts.
people. Tell me who. I've been accused today probably about 4-5 times of trying to get paid. Somebody tell me who paying the people so I can hook up with them and maybe get paid.
Oh no, ask your uncle and stuff. He know.
He do
I'm
know.
pretty sure he know.
He do know.
There's a lot of people get paid, man, in Cincinnati. They either go on your show, hey, do this, sell this for the black people stuff, say this, say that. There's a lot of cutthroats in here, and I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all city ain't right. I wish my mom would have told me to go to Cleveland. I would have been happy.
All right. Hey, twin, I
Man,
appreciate your call, sir.
I'm sorry, man. Much love and respect to you, man. Be
Same,
safe,
same to
man.
you, sir. All right. But yeah, no, I'm turning down that request. I'm not going to Chicago with no gang member whose intent is to show me the gang life. Like he wanna what's the opposite of scaring you straight? He wanna scare me crooked. No, no. I'm not going on scared crooked. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm gonna take you to Chicago and show you what it's really like. Who gonna say yes to that? So you a square. You a square. I gotta take you and show you what the life is really like. Okay, yes, take me and show me what the life is really like. You just told me. They'll run up in you. And then it's over for you. You just told me that. You gonna take me. Ain't nobody running up in me. It's not, nope. If I'm not clear on nothing else, I want to be clear on this. I want to be clear on this. I am 110% against getting ran up in. Just, if there's any questions for future reference. You want me to run up in you? No. He about to run up in you. I'm out of here. That's no. All right. What else was I talking about? Or what else did I want to talk about? But that's my deal with the black on black crime and the white on white crime. That's why I push back against it. Because it leads to a mindset. And I'm not with that. What else? But yeah, just the idea that a dude, first, how did he get a gun? If you are in a mental facility, it should be difficult to get out and 2 weeks later have your hands on a gun. It should be difficult to do that. What if he already had the guns? Before you send the mental person who has spoken about violence against people with guns, before you send him home, yeah, that's the case where take his guns. I'm a guns rights advocate. But I wouldn't have had no problem if they would have said, Well, he came to a mental facility because, he was a gun instructor with gun experience talking about killing people with guns, and he seemed to be serious about it. So, we put him in this facility, and he was due to get out, so we made sure that he did not have access to any guns. I'm like, okay, I understand that. That makes sense. I get the logic behind that. But man, you just go out and just shoot people. Now, I'm not one of those people who, hey, no matter who you are, what you do, don't go nowhere because there's people out here crazy and they'll shoot you. But I do say, wherever you go, be very aware at all times. I'll be honest, I don't go many places anymore because I don't want to be in the bowling alley trying to bowl. You know what I'm saying? Last time I bowled, it was a shameful score. I don't even remember it. I think I blocked it out. But I don't want to be trying to bowl a 150 and somebody come in shooting. Just imagine you trying to bowl, you're trying to break that 150 because you having uncharacteristically off night bowling. You normally in the 200s. You've bowled a 299 in your life. And you having an off night. So you trying to get up in the 150s. And somebody come in shooting. No. So I just kind of stay home now. I just kind of stay home. Right, Raven? Imagine, it's not funny, but I keep telling y'all, you have to have some levity here and there. Imagine dying with a score of 90. What? What's the last score that he bowled? 90? No! That would be terrible. So yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel. It's a shame that you do, but you do. Not that that's necessarily going to help you. But I mean, you stand a better chance if you see it coming. Just crazy. It's crazy. What else did I want to discuss? Gotta talk a little bit about Dwight Howard. Did Dwight Howard rape a dude? You're not supposed to say the R word, but I said it. Did he? And why is nobody talking about this? Look, I get people talking about Dwight Howard having sex with men. Because that's the juicy, that's, for some people, the most interesting part of the conversation. I don't even want to think about juicy when you talk about that. That's the most interesting part of the conversation for some people. But did he take it? And like Daryl, I don't care if he's been undercover gay. I mean, it's an interesting conversation to have. But I think in all of is the word salacious? And all of the salaciousness of everybody recognizing and him kind of admitting that, yeah, I had sex with dudes. I think it's getting lost that he might have took it. Now, if this was a woman, what would the conversation be? Really, what would the conversation be? How is she? Is she getting the help that she needs? Oh, he's such a monster. He should be in jail. You have to believe women when they say that they've been sexually assaulted. But because it's a man, it's like, oh, damn, he gay? Dang, that's messed up. And I think people are like, well, man should be able to not, you're not going to take it from me. We all men. You can't take it. You can't take it. We all men. He ain't no real man if somebody took it. We all men. We all men. Can't nobody take it from me. But Dwight Howard, how big is this dude? Hold on. Type. This is a dude that is 6'10", 265 pounds. 6'10", 265 pounds. He's in good shape, so he ain't like a fat 265 pounds. He's not a fat 265 pounds. He's a muscular dude. He's in good physical condition. And a dude says he sexually assaulted me. And all we can talk about is, what? He gay? Well, he comes out and he says, look, yeah, all right, it was consensual. Yeah, we had sex. It was consensual. So what? He's admitting that he had sex with another man? Oh, my goodness, he's gay. But what about the dude who, I'm even calling him the dude. What's his name? What's his name? What's this dude's name? Hold on. Stephen Harper. I don't know Stephen Harper. I don't know Stephen Harper. But imagine you're Stephen Harper. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't know their history. I don't know if they ever did it before. I don't know any of that. But men, imagine some man taking it. Imagine Dwight Howard taking it. And you go public about Dwight Howard taking it, and the only conversation is, what? Dwight Howard gay? I think it's, kind of disrespectful. Women, because y'all doing it too. Y'all doing it too. Y'all getting caught up in the Dwight Howard gay. Dwight Howard admitted that he had sex with men. If this was a woman, you would be upset. Believe the victim, but presume the accused innocent. And that's a delicate balancing act. You say you were sexually assaulted. I gotta, for the sake of you, I gotta take you at your word. You say you sexually assaulted. I have to, everything that I do with you, I have to believe you. I have to be concerned about your well-being and your mental state and your physical state. And, do you feel safe? Do you feel protected? Are you, do you feel like you're being manipulated and used and all of that kind of stuff? Not during the, right now. How do you feel? I got to believe you. I got to treat you as if you were sexually assaulted. And of course, the victim, is you over here. Now, for the victim, I have to treat them like they didn't do anything. I have to presume that they're innocent. And when I'm dealing with you, I got to take your word for it. And I see a lot of women. I understand men doing it. And when I say I understand, I'm not saying I excuse it. I'm saying it's really because men don't talk about that. In case y'all didn't know, women, I don't think I've one time been chilling with my friends at the Hofbrau house, and we were talking about being sexually assaulted by a man. I don't think it's ever happened, ever. So you kind of expect from a man, how do you deal with, how do you even process that? Like, who was it that just said? I said, imagine. And Vincent says, I'm not imagining that shit. I sound crazy, but that's how our brains function. It's hard for me to even say it. And when I'm saying it, I'm not imagining it happening to me. I'm imagining it happening to you, Vincent. So I kind of understand, but from women, I expect better. I expect better from y'all. That's really about all I had to say about that. I don't know what the truth is. But that's about all I have to say about that. I do have to address my little encounter this morning. So I get up this morning, I'm doing what I do and out and about. I was a little busy. Then I turned on the radio because, I got to check out Raven Monday. I didn't get a chance to listen to anything yesterday. I didn't listen to Raven. I didn't listen to Wyatt. I didn't listen to anything. But I'm minding my own business. And I go to the Buzz Facebook page. I hadn't turned on the radio or nothing. I go to the Buzz Facebook page. And I see my name popping up. And I hear that I'm a troll. Raven said it. And I'm like, I understood what she was saying. But I start reading the comments, and I am being verbally attacked. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, I wasn't here yesterday. I ain't even been here today. And I am on people's minds. What did I do? And next thing you know, I'm in this. Here's what I'm going to say. Look, if you want to attack me, feel free. Go ahead. Yeah. I get attacked all the time. It's fine. I learned how to deal with it when I was a little kid. But if you want to pretend they want to have a conversation about it, I don't know that some people understand how conversations work. You ask me a question, maybe I answer the question. and I expound, and then maybe I ask you a question. Then hopefully you answer the question, and maybe you expound. And then you ask me a question, or I ask you another question based on something you said, and you answer, and then you ask me a question, and then I answer, and maybe you know what I'm saying? There's some questions and answering and back and forth. That's a conversation to me. I'm just answering questions after questions after questions, getting no answers in return, just getting attacked. Honestly, I thought it was kind of funny, but I wanted to pursue the conversation. I wanted to pursue the conversation because it came out of nowhere. Because Diane, I'm with you. I didn't even know that person had an issue. Actually, I actually thought we was like really cool. And sometimes it's interesting the stuff you find out not even being there. Because I wasn't even there. So it's interesting the stuff that you find out. And then, from my perspective, look, once I find out that you beefing with me, I know how to move around you. That's it. That's really it. That's the whole thing. It don't make me hate you. It don't make me have any sort of beef with you. It just makes me know how to move around you. But see, here's the funny thing about it. Why were you brought up at all? I don't know. I wasn't there. Like, for real. When I logged on, I saw some stuff about me, and then I heard Raven saying that I was a troll. And Raven, I understood what you were saying. Like, I thoroughly understood what you were saying, and you were partially true, or correct. But I understood what you were saying. But that conversation had been going on. I could tell. Because y'all know I go back and look and hit reply so I can see the whole thread. And I'm like, maybe some days this conversation would have been appropriate, but I wasn't even here. Am I still beefing with him? I was never beefing with him. That's just it. Just out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, really? And when I see stuff like that, I always feel like, so deep down inside, all this time that I thought we was cool, you were harboring ill feelings. Yeah. Interesting. But here's what people don't understand. And I'm only addressing this because it's fun. I was gonna say something else, but really only because it's fun. If you are a person who listens to the Lincoln Ware Show, and you are mad because I call Lincoln Ware and I give him a hard time, you mad because I be on the chat giving Lincoln Ware a hard time, get over it. And I try to tell, that's why I keep telling y'all be taking stuff way too serious. Let me explain a couple things to you. This is about Lincoln, Raven, me, Wyatt, or anybody else who's doing a talk show and control the show. If Lincoln didn't want to take my call, he wouldn't take my call. He just wouldn't take it. Ask Black Lion. Ask Omar. If he don't want to take your call, he just don't take it. Lincoln ain't sitting back. Oh my God, Emanuel's calling. He's gonna hurt my feelings. You don't have to protect Lincoln like that. Lincoln a grown man. He a grown man. Not to mention, I don't even really know how to say this part. You have to understand the relationship that I have with Lincoln Ware. And I don't even know if Lincoln Ware ever admit this publicly. Lincoln Ware called me one day. I was just minding my own business. I giggle because almost every conversation that I have with Lincoln Ware is filled with laughter. It's filled with anger and laughter. Almost every conversation. And so he called me one day and Lincoln said to me, this is honest to goodness truth. Lincoln said to me, you know what? You should call more often. Something along those lines. He might not use those exact words. But he said, because people like it when you call and when we go at it. He said, people like that. He said, I get calls from people and they be like, oh, you and Emanuel, oh, you tore him up, or oh, he tore you up, or whatever. I was like, all right, I'll call more often. You know, when I'm feeling inclined and I maybe have something to say, I'll call you. And he was like, all right. And, you know, again, that wasn't the whole conversation. We talked and laughed about whatever it was that I had called him about earlier in that day. Because we had went back and forth earlier in that day. And when I picked up the phone, you know, my phone rings. I pick up the phone. First thing I hear on the phone before I even say hello is Lincoln Ware is cracking up. So I don't know if he was listening to the rebroadcast or if he was just thinking about it. But before I even said hello, Lincoln Ware was cracking up. And I'm like, hello? He's like, you know, ain't this Lincoln Ware? That's a bad Lincoln Ware, I know. But, and, you know, that's when we had the conversation. Of course, we talked about some other stuff. So for y'all trying to be like super protective of Lincoln Ware, stop. Y'all take stuff way too serious. Y'all take stuff way too serious. And that's not to say that Lincoln and I don't have disagreements and that he don't get mad at me from time to time. It's just to say he grown and he can handle it. Again, if he did not want to take my call, he just wouldn't take the call. You don't have to be Captain Save-A-Ho for Lincoln Ware. That hoe know how to save himself. No, I'm just playing. Then Lincoln, Emanuel, I was listening to his show. He called you a hoe, Lincoln. He called you a hoe. I heard it. You got to do something about it. And I can hear somebody on here mad right now. He called you a hoe. Lincoln, he called you a hoe. I'm just being silly. Let it go. Trust me, I know some of y'all go back and report when I say stuff about him to him. He calls me and tells me sometimes. He'll never tell me who it is. But he calls me and he tells me sometime. Oh, them people was mad at you. Come on, y'all. And then for you to be this, you know, big time guy. Mad. For what? What are you mad about? So I kept saying, how did I hurt you? What are you mad about? I'm just doing to you what you do to other people. No, you're not. No, you don't. Apparently, you don't pay any attention to what I do. But yeah, it's and then people been, I don't know why people hate me so. And I don't know why that is funny to me. How do y'all let somebody who, and I don't, because if I say what I was about to say, then, you know, it says one thing. How do y'all let somebody who, I'll just say it, who don't really care that much about you in that way? I care about you in the general human way. And even when we develop relationships here, I care about you, but I don't think there's anybody on here from Ross Freeman, or on here he's Ross Reelman, to Ben Jones or whatever, to Jack Often, to Blade. Like, I don't sit back thinking about y'all in my daily life. Like when I didn't come on what was that, Tuesday? What's today? Today is Thursday. I didn't come on Tuesday and Wednesday. When I didn't come on Tuesday, and the reason I didn't come on Tuesday is because the weather was really nice. And I looked at my grass and it didn't look pristine. It didn't look pristine. And I said, it is almost November. It is 75 degrees and sunny. When will I get another opportunity to get out here and give this lawn its last cut? And I cut the grass. I edged it all up. I used, got the thing and used a hedge trimmer and did all of that. I manicured the lawn. And for the brother who came up, oh, I don't remember your name. I apologize. I don't remember your name. But for the brother who came up and he saw me out there and he was like, "You Nate Livingston." And I was like, "No, I'm not Nate Livingston." "Yes, you are. You Nate Livingston." I was like, "I am not Nate Livingston." And I never got it because every time somebody asks me, "Are you Nate or are you Nathaniel Livingston?" I always say, "No, I'm not Nate Livingston. I'm Emanuel Livingston." But before I could get to the I'm Emanuel Livingston part, he kept correcting me. "You Nate Livingston." "No, I'm not Nate." "Yeah, you Nate. You Nate. I be hearing you on the radio." Like, "No, I'm not Nate Livingston." "No, you Nate Livingston. I've been listening to you, but like, no, I'm not Nate Livingston." "Nate Livingston." I'm like, "No, I'm not Nate Livingston. I'm Emanuel. I'm Emanuel." "Oh, that's right. You Emanuel Livingston." And they always seem disappointed. They always seem just a little disappointed. What am I, chopped liver? But like, okay. And he, went on to talk about how, he watched the show and he listens to me when I call Lincoln Ware and he enjoys the calls. And, people, that's one thing. People always, "Oh yeah, I love it when you call and give Lincoln a hard time." And I'd be like, I try. But he came up and he said he listened to the show and he enjoyed the show. And he, I told him I'd shout him out. I told him I would shout him out yesterday because I had intended on being on. But yesterday was a whole different situation. But my point is, I got out there, I manicured the lawn, did a whole lot of stuff in the yard because I said this will be my last cut, manicure, whatever of the season. And that was it. That was what I did. Took that opportunity. But when I was out there doing all of that, I wasn't thinking about Ross Freeman and the stuff he say about me, or Jack and the stuff he say about me, or Ben and the stuff he say about me, or Myosha and the stuff she say about me, or Anthony and the stuff he say about me, or Sahara, her and the stuff she say about me, or Tria and the stuff she said about me. I'm saying good, bad, or indifferent. I wasn't thinking about none of that. "Ooh, how can I make somebody mad tomorrow?" I wasn't thinking about any of that. So I don't spend my life thinking about how to make y'all mad. Just when the opportunity arises. No, I really don't be trying to make people mad. I really don't. Most of the time, when you think about it, and pay attention to this. I'm saying moving forward, pay attention to this. Most of the time, my comments are, number one, meant to be lighthearted. I love to make fun of people when they mess up words. Here's why I love to do it. Not because I'm smarter than anybody, because I'm not. But just because it's fun, because usually everybody heard the word mess up. I mess up words too. So it ain't like it's something that, whatever. I mess up words too. But I like to everybody heard it. And when everybody heard it, everybody said, huh? There's something about it to actually type the word out the way that it was said that just cracks me up. Like when, who was it that called in today and told Raven that she was doing a superb job? Superb with a V. Not superb, superb. I had to write it and it cracked me up. I was the only one, but it cracked me up. I'm not doing it to hate that person. I'm just doing it because it's funny to me. That's it. That's it. So I'm not trying to make them mad. If you like me, like when I jack up words and y'all type it in, it makes me laugh. Like, oh, I did say that because that's the way the word is supposed to be said. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. So because it doesn't bother me, I assume it doesn't bother other people. And, it's just fun. So I do things like that just for fun. Here's what else I do. I ask questions. Because y'all know some stuff, and I'm always kind of thinking big picture, kind of like black on black crime. So I'm always thinking about what, if we accept whatever this thing is that you just said as fact, if we accept that and then we carry that logic out, which I know a lot of y'all have problems with that. But if we accept that and we carry that logic out, then how does that affect us? So if you say some general something, I'm probably going to question you about whatever that generality is, just to make sure that you understand that it's a generality and that you can't apply that to everyone. Because some people don't understand that. So different things like that. I'm asking questions, maybe to clarify what you just said. Hold on. Did you just say whatever? Why do you think that's true? I would say probably 85% of my comments are questions. And if you think I'm trolling you because I'm asking you a question, that's on you. That's on you. You know the easiest way to handle that? Not just with me, with anybody. Think about it and answer the question. I love it when people actually answer the question. And most times my response is, oh, okay. Most of the time, I just be shocked that people actually answered the question instead of getting defensive and trying to, push back against the question. Like, just answer the question. So are you saying that the so-and-so is so-and-so? No, I'm not saying that. I meant the whatever. Okay, well, this is what you said. Oh, I didn't actually mean that. Okay, cool. Simple stuff. And of course, when it's Lincoln, I like to pick with him. Because when he looked down, he do be looking like he's asleep. Sometimes I think he be taking a nap. Sometimes I think he's actually taking a nap. The man is 82 years old. Sometimes you're doing a 3-hour show, you got to take a nap. I don't really think that I do anything they get mad and hate me for, but people do. And I guess I'm okay with it. Again, it just let me know how to move with you moving forward. But if you notice anything, because most of the time, I don't mean to offend anyone. And even like today, I apologize. Like, look, if I hurt you, I apologize. It was not my intent to hurt you. Because it's not. That's very rarely ever my intent. Very rarely is that ever my intent. But yeah. But I had to address it because, I allowed it to go. Oh, here's the other thing that you have to know about me. I find it very hard, difficult, not right next to impossible to walk away from a conversation without some understanding. It's not, I had to get the last word. I don't have to get the last word, but I need understanding before I can let it go. So if we just keep going back and forth and back and forth, and I don't have any understanding of where you're coming from, then I'm going to keep going. We'll be going until 3 o'clock in the morning. I would say ask Glenn, but of course we can't because Glenn's not here with us anymore. We went back and forth online one night. I want to say it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it wasn't that I had to get the last word. And I had to get some understanding. It's hard for me to just let it go unless I get an understanding. Once I understand, I'm like, all right, cool. Anthony says, don't nobody hate you, Emanuel. Well, that's not true. There are people who do. Most people don't. Most people just, my style of communication and humor and all of that kind of stuff rubs them the wrong way. So most people don't hate me. You know, there's a difference between hating on me and hating me. Anthony, I think you hate on me. So I said earlier today, it's brotherly hate. It's not brotherly love. It's brotherly hate. I'm cool with that. But you don't understand. There are people who actually hate me. And those are the ones who, and maybe this goes to what Raven was saying. Those are the ones that, oh yeah, I pick with you. Because I know you hate me. I know you hate me. So anything I say is going to bother you. But you set up the scenario where you hate me. So why not play with it? Have a little fun with it. Why not? If you didn't hate me, then the little silly stuff I say wouldn't bother you. And I saw Shahara say, how did you get drug into this? I was just saying, no matter who you are, I don't sit around thinking about you. That's it. That's all I was saying. All right, y'all. Well, my time is about up. I got to get out of here. Oh, there was something else. Hold on, let me see. Where did I save it? Because there was something else that I wanted to discuss. Oh, we got a Speaker of the House. There's a Speaker of the House now. For those of you who maybe wasn't paying no attention. And they tell me that this dude is going to be worse than everybody else. Even though, you know, they say at least Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan have the decency to look evil. Shahara says, but how did my name even come up though? I was just thinking about people. That's it. I was just thinking about people. People who comment. You came up, Tria came up, Myosha came up. A number of people came up. Just names off the top of my head. That's it. I know you're a Lincoln girl. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I'm all right with that. I've come to terms with it. Let me see. Will you ever put something together where we can all meet up? Is that something that y'all would be interested in? I don't know why. I just never thought that would be something that people would actually be interested in doing. But I got a sister-in-law who loved putting stuff together. So yeah, she would definitely take the lead on that. If that was something that y'all were actually interested in doing. Yeah. Let me see. Daryl says he's down with it. Jerica says yes. Twin says yes. Oh, twin. We ain't gotta go to Chicago. Ain't nobody gonna try to run up at me, are they? I'm nervous now. As a square. As a square. I'm nervous. Oh. Doing what? I believe it was Anthony says, if I ever gonna do something where we can all meet up and, just, have a little get together. Robert says, yeah, he'd be down. Drink for every drink I buy me, I will buy one for everybody who shows up. Yes. Oh. Ross says as long as boxing gloves are there. Nah, ain't gonna be no fighting or nothing like that. All differences. I can't really say. Well, on here, other than Jack, I don't really have no whole lot of people, of the other persuasion who might be trying to cause trouble. Them Hofbrau house dudes, they be they be acting wild. All right, well, I'll look into it. All right, I'll have my sister-in-law look into it. And, it ain't gonna be nothing, no Lincoln Ware extravaganza where we giving away free like that. But just a little, I don't know. What would y'all want to do? What would y'all want to do? I was gonna say, we could all get together. I don't want to just. I'm not a big on just, let's just be in a room mingling. And y'all know I can't dance, so I ain't, trying to, dance. I got a little two-step. That's it. I got my little two-step. That's all I got. I do my little two-step. But I'm not a dancer. What? What? Twin? I don't know. What the hell? What? What? Oh my God. Twin doing that kind of party. Look, I will not participate in that kind of party, twin. I won't do it. Oh my God. That's how they do it in Chicago, I guess. We 5 years behind. No. Here's what I can do, twin. No, I don't even, hold on, let me grab the phone. CK.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, great show. I was listening to you. Man, it was a good show. I heard you talking about the how many people did we lose? 22 people was murdered?
Oh, I don't remember exactly. The first number I saw was like 22. Then the second number, I guess they went down to like 15. I don't know
18.
what it is now.
Yeah. Now that's great medical, science, because you drop down from 5 to 6 victims. That's good medical attention, I guess. Up in Maine.
Oh.
Because I didn't think they could pull it off. Hello?
What do you mean you didn't think they could pull it off?
I didn't think they could bring all those people back, because it was 22 initially. Then it dropped down like 7 people. So those people that was pronounced dead.
Stop
but, you know,
Stop
it got vigorously.
Stop it. You stop it. You know that's not what happened. They estimated or you know, initially they were given a number, and as time went on, they looked at maybe the actual number of dead people, and they said, okay, here is the correct number. You know, when stuff is going on, it's difficult to get accurate information. That's why first reports, I'm not sure that I always go with first reports, because, you know, you got people scrambling around and just trying to pass off whatever little information that they have. They didn't bring people back. No resurrections happened.
Yeah, but you know how but you got to remember, this is what I told you like last month. I told you got to stop shooting innocent people. You know, if you just got to go to the store, go to Dollar General, buy your product, and get up out of there. That don't mean go up in there and start shooting everybody you see like a damn fool. Like, do you think they're playing too much Grand Theft Auto? Do you think that's what's wrong with these people?
No, I don't think this guy probably ever played Grand Theft Auto. He was, my understanding.
Ever. I'm just saying.
My understanding is he was a military guy, and he had some mental issues, and, you know, he decided to do some bad stuff.
What the hell is mental issue, man? Now we got to get rid of that. Now, because of course you got a mental issues. You just went and killed 22 people. What you supposed to be?
Well,
oh no, you don't have. I mean,
of
course you got mental issues.
Well, first, not necessarily, but secondly, if we're talking about a person who was, I don't want to necessarily give out bad information, but who had spent some time in a mental health facility. So it's not just, some mental issues. It's, you know, there's a difference between looking at somebody and saying, he crazy, and someone having a diagnosed mental illness.
Because, you know, if I did the same thing, you'd be like, damn, I knew CK was crazy, but I didn't know he was that damn crazy.
Right, but that would be...
You're not going to be like, well, ain't nothing wrong with him.
But that would be different than me saying you had some, like, real mental issues. I always knew CK was crazy, but I didn't know he was this crazy. It's different than, well, you know, he had been diagnosed as schizo, whatever. There was a term, I don't remember what it was, but as schizo, whatever, and there was an actual diagnosis, and, you know, you were maybe had been treated for it or something like that. Those are different.
But it's cool. You could be crazy, you could be retarded, whatever you want to be, but don't hurt people. Now, if you hurt people, you have to be held accountable. Don't think your insanity is going to get you off from murdering 22 people. That's where we got to stay. We can't put him back out here in the street because obviously the man is too dangerous.
Now,
you know what I mean?
I agree with
I know some guys that murdered. Because I know my partner, he killed a white man. Well, he did about 4 years in the hospital, right back on the street, like it nothing good, with a little smirk on his face. I say, boy, I knew you wasn't crazy. You know what I mean?
And I'm not sure that
white man.
I'm not sure that I believe that.
Believe what? What's wrong with you?
I'm not sure that I believe what you just said.
You don't believe that?
No.
You don't believe. What's hard to believe about that? You know that's what they do. They play crazy.
Who was this partner?
You get a psychological evaluation.
Who was this partner?
Huh?
Who was this?
I mean, no, but damn, we want to mess up somebody's name?
How am I messing up?
Hold on. Like that.
The person, wait, if the person actually murdered someone and spent 4 years in a mental facility because of it, there's a record of it. So it's not as if you're giving us some information that's not already public record.
No, but then I'm identified. You put me in the mix. Like,
how?
Don't do that.
How? That's your partner. You already know him, and you knew he wasn't crazy anyway. So how was that putting you in any mix? And he probably not listening to this little experiment. So what's his initials?
Facebook, and that stuff gonna go straight around.
Give me the initials. What's the initials?
Oh man, what is it?
You could just make some stuff
What
up
is
for
it?
that.
R R something.
His initials are
I don't
just
know his
R.
last name, but look.
He your partner, but you don't know his
But look,
last
I'm
name.
just telling you.
See, that's why I just
No,
honestly I
I'm
don't
talking about
believe
getting it.
your story this particular time. I think you made that up.
So you never seen that? Yeah, so you must be a liar, because this is the second time in a row you told me you don't believe me. So you must go around telling people stuff you just don't. Because when I would never call you a liar. Because what reason do you have to lie to me?
I didn't say you lying.
I know you're telling the truth.
I didn't say that you're lying.
Huh?
I didn't say you're a liar.
Back on the streets.
I just said I don't believe
that's what
you.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the game. You play crazy. You see it every day. They play crazy. Sometimes they get denied. Sometimes they get passed. Old white man back in the day went to that Bellevue place. He cut his wife's head off back in the day. He did about a few years in the hospital. He back on the streets. But that was in the 80s.
Okay.
It happens, though. You know it happens.
I
Yep.
imagine it happens.
But yeah, man, but just make sure you tell these kids, put the guns down.
Put the
no
guns-
violence.
No violence.
We on the Martin Luther King side of the game.
All right.
Yep. Hey, man, great show. I keep listening every day.
All right, CK.
Every day of my life till you get 1 million subscribers.
All right, CK. I appreciate the call. And if you see
Yes,
R,
sir.
tell him I said hello. What's his initials? No, what's his initials? What is the man's initials? R. You could have just any two random letters you could have just threw out. All you could come up with was R. Oh, CK. I like you, CK. I like you. Oh. You can't say he lied, but I can say that I don't believe you. There's a difference. There is a difference. Oh, what's his initials? R. Oh, I don't know why that was so funny. That's not funny. It's funny to me, but I'm sure nobody else thinks it was funny. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Oh. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am the king of talk. This has been the afternoon experiment. And do me a favor. He said, oh, do me a favor. If you are out and about today, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, if you are out and about today, be the reason that somebody smiled. Oh.